Hey everybody, it's Allison Gill, host of the Daily Beans podcast, with another quick hit for MeidasTouch. Because today, we learned that newly released documents show Ginni Thomas, or of Clarence and Gilead, emailed 29 Arizona lawmakers pressuring them to subvert the will of the Arizona voters and name their own fraudulent slate of electors. We knew she had done this before, but we only knew about 2 Arizona lawmakers she emailed. Now we know there are 29 total. On November 9th, just 2 days after the networks called the race for Joe Biden, Ginni sent an email to 20 members of the Arizona State House and 7 members of the Arizona Senate. But here's the kicker. One of the emails was sent to Anthony Kern, an Arizona state rep who also just happened to be a plaintiff in the Louis Gohmert lawsuit against Vice President Pence that was filed by Sidney Powell. By the end of November, Rudy and Jenny Ellis banished Sidney and said they were going their own way. See, both groups wanted to eventually get a case to the Supreme Court to overturn the election, but Team Powell wanted to challenge the constitutionality of the Electoral Count Act, and Team Rudy wanted to challenge the conduct of the states. As you know from previous quick hits for MeidasTouch by me, the Eastman crew did not want to bring a case about the Electoral Count Act because, according to an email which was handed over to the January 6th committee because of the crime fraud exception, if a court told them the Electoral Count Act was cool and Pence couldn't throw out electors, their entire plan was sunk. So, what team was Ginni on? Team Rudy and Eastman to challenge the states, or Team Powell to go after Pence? Her emails to the Arizona lawmakers that would eventually join the Sidney Powell lawsuit, her lobbying for Sidney Powell, and that some of those plaintiffs would go on to become fraudulent electors? I think she was Team Powell. The real question is, did she secure a vote on it from her husband? Make no mistake, this coup infected all 3 branches of the government. Until next time, catch me on the Daily Beans podcast weekday mornings, news with swearing, and I'll see you next time on MeidasTouch.